All right.
Oh no! What did you do? You okay?
I went to pull my sock up and just went right into the...
Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
It's over. The podcast is done. Let's get out of here.
Fair enough. My name's Carl.
My name's Oscar.
This is
Who would watch this?
That's fine, isn't it?
I think so.
Injure yourself more in the intro.
It's comedy gold. Classic Tom and Jerry. Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we watch a film, chat about the film, and try and figure out who would watch this.
Today we are talking about Legend, and in some countries it's known as
The Last Unicorn? We'll find out.
Currently has a 41% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.3 on IMDb, and a 3.1 on Letterboxd. Oscar, what's the plot?
A young man must stop the Lord of Darkness from destroying daylight and marrying the woman he loves. Classic, simple, can't go wrong.
Excited. I was excited to find out what this was about. Real excited. Big reveal. Just then.
That's
Big
huge
reveal.
for us. That's
Huge
That's
twist.
the third act.
Oh.
A plot? Oh my god.
Who would have thought? Not
Oh my
me.
God.
All right, Oscar, should we go back in time to before we had seen the movie and try and figure out who would watch this?
Yeah, go on.
Why?
Go
Why
on, chum.
I'm in. I'm all in. Go on. Jump back in time.
All right, Carl, we've got some lovely little emails here. People keep emailing us through some great movies. Again, they are bad movies, and each time I look up and go, oh, it looks awful.
Yeah.
But then it's like, we asked for that, really.
Just a handful of people. Don't suggest good ones. Like, it's the concept of the podcast hinges on the bad ones.
This movie that we're going to be doing, it's called The Last Unicorn or Legend. We're not sure. But
Yeah, we were confused. You had to reach out and confirm.
I had to reach out, yeah.
And we did not get a reply.
No, we
so
got
we're going
a
full
PDF
steam ahead.
of just go fuck yourself. So that hurts.
They replied, "We've stopped listening since the email." I thought fair.
But this jumped at me because we love Tommy Cruise. We love him in Cocktail. Let's face it. So Marnie's email said, "Please do this. The Last Unicorn / Legends is simultaneously the best and worst fantasy movie ever made. Tom Cruise, weird sexual scenes between a demon and a princess, a plot that's completely nonsensical." Have you ever heard of any of this?
I had never heard of it. Never once heard of it.
Yeah, have you? I've never heard of any of this. I had to look at the poster.
I was shocked to find out this existed.
Yeah, a Ridley Scott film.
Blew my mind, considering the contents of that email.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, sure, sounds interesting.
Sounds this little vague one that Tom Cruise did for a joke. Ridley Scott and hot off Blade Runner, Tom Cruise Top Gun. What happened? I mean, the poster doesn't reveal much. I mean, hopefully it is a sexual mess.
I mean, it's very Labyrinth,
Yeah.
Dark Crystal vibes, poster-wise.
Yeah.
And then finding out the weird sexual stuff from that email.
That's just the 80s, huh? That's just the 80s.
It's a lot of opium.
David Bowie they were like, God, make it sexy. Kids will love him.
Kids loved the bulge in Labyrinth. Make that a film. Maybe that's what this will be.
Carl, I mean, who do we think this is for? Because, I mean, it's got a weird rating. It's kind of high, but kind of pretty, the Metascore is awful. Maybe it's one of those little legends that everyone loves.
Not at a 6.3. If this was over a 7 on IMDb, maybe.
Yeah.
But a 6.3 is a nut. Surely not.
Well, then who's it for?
Who's it for? Surely, as a big Ridley Scott hater, I'm keen to be proven right.
Yeah. I mean, where do you lie with Ridley Scott? Why are you a hater?
I'm not a hater. I just people.
You ever seen Robin Hood? Oh, I haven't.
Example A, does some really just nothing films. Like a Good Year. Russell Crowe opens a vineyard. Why? Why would I care?
That sounds nice.
It's not just all the money in the world and the house of Gucci, and he just butchers some films, and then occasionally he'll do a good one.
Yeah.
Last Duel was pretty good.
A masterpiece, which is crazy.
Martian was good. Alien, Blade Runner, Thelma and Louise is even good. But then he scatters them with some absolute awful films. Just a very inconsistent guy. Good on him for... He's isn't he 80 something at the moment?
He's dead today.
Wow. And he's still directing. Amazing. Yeah. So I think it's going to be for people that want to be proven right and go, oh yeah, this guy's a bit of a fucking mess.
He's a hack. Well, I think...
Okay. Well, I'm not.
I mean, that's your words.
Edit it in. I didn't say hack.
I'm going to go ahead and say if you're kind of I don't know. Is this where like Tom Cruise got the dreamy-esqueness from? Because in Cocktail, I never saw him as like, oh, he's a dreamboat when he's hitting women and becoming a friend with a drunk alcoholic. Maybe this is like his hot. Maybe this is his Titanic Leo
Maybe
moment.
it's somewhere between these two, and there lies Top Gun,
Yeah.
right? So
This is like his eating grape essentially for Leo.
yeah.
You say what you want to say about that, but I'll say that I'm keen. I'm thinking it's gonna at least will be fun.
I think it would be hilarious for anyone that's trying to watch that Tom Hardy movie where he's twins
Oh,
and they accidentally switch this bad boy on.
okay, Carl. We're now shutting down the email system.
I think get rid of it.
Yep, nope. If you want to email us, don't email us, www.podcast@gmail.com. Doesn't exist. Done.
Gonskis.
First film review? What the actual fuck? This was upsetting in 1,000 ways.
How dare this be 90 minutes? This is the longest 90-minute movie I've ever seen. And I blame who sent the email. Who sent it?
Her name was Marnie.
Hey Marnie, go fuck yourself.
Normally, I'd be like, yes, that's absolutely fine, but no, this was
What was the other one we were told to do? Wild Child.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Yeah, you hated it. You were like, that was a silly movie. You should have done this.
I'd watch it
I
9
think-
times over before
What's
this
the
one.
email equivalent of chemical warfare? That's what it felt
Yeah,
like.
it feels like war's been waged on us.
This is like if the Unibomb had liked the email system. It's not. This was not pleasant.
Somebody's realized we dance like puppets.
Yo, yeah.
They've gone, we can manipulate these fuckers. And they were right. We're just Australian idiots with 2 microphones.
Oh, an email? Sure, we'll do that.
God.
I'll eat poison. Sure, fuck it.
Told me to take off my pants, and I have.
The email system had too much power over us.
It did.
This is the last goddamn straw. But if you do want to email us, ask www.tpodcast@gmail.com and
Yeah.
just give us something nicer than this.
We got a bit of a bit. I think we should get rid of the email. Oscar thinks no, we'll still keep it. I'm upset.
We need to put in some. Need to like get like a filter system. Just kind of like make sure the film won't make you want to kill yourself.
I'm thinking like we ask an AI if they approve the email.
The AI
first.
killed themselves before they could
Oh,
even look at
God.
this film.
The email would have said absolutely do not trust Marnie. That's for sure.
Rightio. Let's get into Legend. We should real quickly say we both watched the European version.
Did we?
You did.
Is that what was on Stan?
Yeah.
No, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's crazy. This is on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
so
didn't
was
get-
the European version.
The European version is the original score. The American version is a lot more sexy, violent. You see the demon at the start. We'll get into him. And the main score is done by a band called Tangerine. So, and people in the USA are like, this film's pretty shit, but Tangerine slaps, so we didn't even get that.
Oh, so people like the Tangerine score.
Yes.
And we did not get the
We did
Tangerine
not get the
score.
Tangerine, but this score is also loved. This is a weird
What are you
film.
talking about?
There's a lot of
What are you talking about?
Are you confused and upset? Bam, that's the film, Legend. Let's get
Why
into it.
3? What's the third version?
That's Ridley Scott's director's cut. That's an extra. Get this, 40 minutes long.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no.
40 minutes longer. And who does that score?
Just him. Just a pan flute and
Is
Ridley
that
in a
what
dream.
extra 40 minutes is?
Just him learning.
score?
It's him learning how to play a pan flute. He's like
do I-
pausing the film.
Do I blow here?
Okay, where the fuck do I put my fingers?
Do I finger it here?
Oh god, you're really getting deep in there. My finger's stuck. My finger's stuck.
And now my other finger's stuck too. It's like I'm in a Chinese finger trap. Somebody help me. Are we recording?
Oh god, how long is this?
Get Tom Cruise on the line. Hey, Tom. You know that Scientology thing. Can I help with this?
Sci-fi jazz plays over a dark forest, and we're introduced to a little freak.
It's very, very similar to Blade Runner. Like it's genuinely. I watched this with my partner, and we both went and saw Blade Runner in a cinema 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'd seen it before. They hadn't. They were in a disarray that Blade Runner was a classic.
Yeah.
They were just like, but it makes no sense. And I was like, yeah, that's sort of the vibe.
Yeah, and then you got this one. It's like
Yeah.
it sort of doesn't. It's like, is this a classic? Well, it sort of doesn't. It has a. This is just a fun vibe,
Yeah.
but upsetting.
This confirmed to my partner that Blade Runner was bad. Like, I really like Blade Runner,
Yeah.
but they went, oh no, this is just how this guy directs movies,
Yeah.
and they're not good. I was like, Blade Runner will grow on you. Analyze it in English for a year and you'll appreciate it.
You have to, otherwise you're not getting out of that.
No, you're not getting out of school, huh?
Okay, so we're introduced. There's a little freaky little creature thing.
Hated it. Hated the
Blix,
creature.
called Blix. He's a little gremlin ghoul, and the Lord of Darkness, who's a voiceover, is like, "Hey, go fucking kill a unicorn."
This confused me. I thought the castle was speaking because they keep the darkness
Well,
off camera.
that's because you see if you watch the American version, they make the Lord of Darkness. You see, I'm a very cultured European man. I could assume it's just a vibe, man. But you were
Yeah.
too dumb. Like, what do you mean? Who's chatting? The castle? You're a fucking.
I mean, it
idiot.
was shots of the fire and wine. This guy was drinking 3 goblets of wine. No wonder he was like, go out and fucking kill a unicorn.
Go fucking kill a unicorn. See what I care.
Just go wreak havoc. Fuck it. And I want another chalice of wine.
The Lord of Darkness is like just like gassing up this little creature like, Blix, you're so fucking evil, man. You're so fucking evil. You're so fucking evil, which I know you are, man, but you gotta like fucking kill a unicorn. Just go fucking like fuck that shit up, man. It will like make like the whole like world like engulfed in darkness, man. It'd be sick.
Is that what he says?
Yeah,
I
pretty
paid
much.
nothing to this. Again, I was confused as to who was talking. It took a while, and then I saw the 3 chalices. Couldn't get over that.
Like, who's chatting who? Which wine? The left one
It
was.
looks like this little guy's getting wine-dined and 69 by the darkness right here. It feels like it's a bit of a double take gone wrong, okay? The bit of the Lover's Blind happening.
While you're still processing the 3 glasses thing,
Kind of
bam,
weird.
we're in a nice little forest.
Oh, it's stunning.
Stunning.
It's okay, shall we compliment? Oh, I'm going to do my compliments up front because I
Okay.
haven't got a lot of good to say.
Yeah.
This movie looks great. The makeup is fantastic.
Yep.
All amazing set designs.
Yep.
I wish movies looked like this now.
Yeah.
If this movie came out today in cinemas, best movie ever made. 5
Yeah,
stars.
best picture.
Give it best picture. This movie coming out in the 80s, trash. Kill it.
It was just in a blob. It's like, yeah, of course it's gorgeous set design. That's the basis. Now what else you got? Nothing. It is fucking stunning.
Oh,
And the
costumes.
cinematography just like it's I don't like it because it's nauseating, but it's so sickeningly like fantastical.
Oh, like it felt like I was having epilepsy.
Yeah.
I was like,
But like in a
oh.
gorgeous little forest. And maybe I was a nymph.
absolutely.
I don't know. So we're introduced to Lily. She's the princess or not. I don't know what she's the princess of, but she's a virgin and she's innocent, okay, man?
But who are you talking to me? Why are you saying man?
Come on, man. Because that's what the film.
yeah,
that's,
bro.
That's the vibe of the film. Because it's not like a definitive answer. It's just like she's a princess, okay? Fucking get over it.
Yeah, it feels like the movie's asking me questions like I could answer.
They are throwing you into the middle of like
Yeah.
the most fuck thing. You just go over the Lord Darkness thing. They're like, all right, there's also a monarchy, so get used to that.
They're just like, oh, Princess Lily, she's a little bit British. Do you like that? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And they're like, we've made her really British. And she's like, oh, what you doing, geezer? Like, she's a rough. I don't think this actress is British. She's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't know.
and she's hard American in that.
We get to chat to her servant, Nell, which I wrote down.
Is that who it's meant to be?
What?
Her servant?
I don't know. I wrote down Nell, this gross
I thought
servant.
it was like an adoptive child, but
I
older.
don't know what the vibe is. It seems like she is a princess, but we're not really like she's just a woman who's innocent and she's doing a thing.
I mean, this servant, if it is a servant, the servant's trying to put up washing, and this princess is just knocking it down.
Oh, and she's having a little giggle, and I'm not for her. I'm not for Lily's side. you
No,
know?
neither. Cold-hearted
She's
bitch.
spoiled.
Absolutely. You never start a character off like this.
Yeah.
I'm not on her side. I hope darkness gets her. Tom Cruise jumps out of nowhere.
Yeah, the film, like, it's just whiplash at this moment. Like, I had a headache. Essentially, you got, like, Lord of Darkness, Lily, and then you got Tarzan, little boy, Tom Cruise. And he's he's also kind of innocent, but he's just a boy. I mean, what does he know in this world?
I really appreciated knowing Tom Cruise chooses not to have a monobrow. Like, I was like, oh, good. He's done something to stop that.
Yeah.
Because, like, us people, we can't. But
God, you're hideous.
Oh,
Just
this a
every
monobrow
day.
circles my face. It's just nice to know when you see like a very famous actor when
they're
young,
hideous, like
and you
me.
go, oh my god, it was amazing. I saw Tom Cruise and I was like, you've had no work done. You look awful, just like me. Oh, I could have been.
One day I could be pretty if I just had money and fame.
I
That's
think
what I'm
we're
aspiring-
older than him in this movie.
We are, yeah. He's like 24.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, I stand by what I've just said.
Yeah. So Tom and Lily, they're kind of like a thing, but like,
Not really.
but the sexual tension is like,
Not there.
well, it's like he's like,
Tom Cruise's bare legs are doing the heavy lifting
oh,
of the
yeah,
sensuality.
Exactly. He's like, want to go chat to rabbits? She's like, yeah, man, I do. Put this blindfold on.
Yeah, what was this chatting to rabbits business?
Well, that's the thing. I've looked up the alternative cuts, and it seems like the European and the American one both have little jigsaw puzzles of each. And then Ridley Scott's like, I've not included any of those in my cuts. Most of it's longer shots of the unicorn running. But essentially, they're learning to chat to rabbits, and
just rabbits.
just every animal, man.
Can they talk to every animal?
I don't know.
It doesn't come in handy.
It doesn't come in
What's
handy
the
at all.
point?
Or maybe elves aren't. Maybe they're animals. Maybe they're vermin in this story. We don't know.
The elves.
The filthy little elves.
They might
yeah.
be like New York rats. Yeah. Imagine you see like the king elf, and it's just their tangles, their tails.
Oh, it's the one, the Rat Kings. That's
yeah,
just
rat
like,
king, just an elf king.
It'd
where you
be
go,
more pleasant than
revolting.
what we're shown. Oh, I hate them so fucking much.
What, a rat king or an elf?
The elves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but rat kings are bad too.
No, yeah, not
And
good.
elf kings, gross.
I dare say we get to like kind of the it's a pretty bare bones plot, but essentially these two, pretty innocent. They're like looking at two unicorns, and they're like, "Hey, don't touch those unicorns." Lily does.
Who
but-
says not to touch them? Does anyone?
I don't know. It just seems like the rules of the forest.
I
I
sort
guess.
of got it. When she was approaching them, and I thought, "Man, touch that fucking unicorn. I would. Like, it's, you know, if there was if two unicorns dancing, I'm touching the fucking unicorn.
Here's the thing
Like,
as well. It doesn't like the forest didn't punish her for touching it. Just a weird little goblin freak shot the unicorn. Could have shot it any time.
yeah,
Essentially.
it's not. But they were hunting via these children's innocence.
Yes.
Odd.
Odd.
Anyway, I think it's worth bringing up. Isn't it weird? Unicorns took the world by storm. It's a horse with a horn, and it's in everything.
I mean, it's just
Everything.
There's the Scottish prize. It's their animal.
It's their fucking national.
It's pretty lazy creature design.
It's
I'll be
such a
honest.
lazy. You see a dragon? Oh, I get it.
Yeah, huge wings, and it's kind of like a big lizard. I get it.
Oh my god, a horse with a cone? Fuck off! Like,
Dude, I can't stress you. That cone can just do every. It's like a 5-year-old going, "What animal you made?" It's like, "Oh, it's just a horse with a cone." It's like it's not very powerful. Like the cone has just like all the fucking power. Like it just like it is, and its blood's mad as
if
well.
you were trying to pitch somebody a unicorn today and say people will love it, they would tell you to fuck right off. There's no redeeming quality to a unicorn. None.
It's just lazy design.
Bad. My Little Pony makes sense. Imagine if they had horns. You'd be like, gross. There's a sharp object coming out of their skull, and little girls
That's
like
their
them.
bone, I guess. Is that their bone? Is that
Yeah,
what
it is.
imply?
It's intrusion of the skin.
Yeah.
Pierced
Essentially, it's
out.
just a tusk, and tusks aren't very, attractive.
Absolutely. Imagine if a giraffe had a tusk in its forehead. You wouldn't go, no, now it's mythical.
Well, actually, no, a unicorn with a really long neck. Now I'm actually on board. Okay.
Well, it's a bit of fun, actually. That helps.
That's a weapon, That's a wiggly weapon. You
That
can.
helps it. Absolutely. The neck is both a whip and a sword.
I wouldn't touch a giraffe with a cone, but these horses, I'd just fucking go and grab them.
I'd watch a cone with a giraffe growing out of it, though.
Yeah.
That I could get behind.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like if the giraffe couldn't walk because the cone had such a flat base and it was growing out of like the sort of the left hand upper side of the cone, so it dangled a little, but it did keep growing because the sustenance was from the soil below the base of the cone. That's a better mythical creature.
Can we get back on topic? Blix shoots the unicorn. Darkness ensues.
Yeah, sure. I actually the two unicorns running around looked really good.
It did.
Do we think?
I think they just let some horses roam a
That's
fucking.
what I thought. Do we think they killed a horse? and then just let the other one panic around it, because that's what it
The,
seemed
the
like.
horse, I don't know how you train a horse, but all the horses, when they're meant to be distressed, seem pretty fucking
They
distressed.
do a good job. They do a good job. If you've seen Nope, I think Jordan Peele killed a few horses to get those horses freaking
I
right
love
out.
it. At the end of this movie, like it's like pretty much like where the director should be was just Unicorn Master. Like, that was like this was the biggest job of the film, wrangling these damn fucking animals.
And did they put real fake cones on the horses?
What's a real fake horse?
Well, I don't know what I
They
meant
put a
by
cone
that.
on their head.
So they put a fake horn on their head. What if the horse accidentally stabbed the other horse with that? It looked sharp.
I mean, I that's a risk you have to take in filmmaking. You know, you kill a couple of horses.
Also, I hated whenever they did a close up on the unicorn eye.
Oh,
It looked like it had
looks
done
like
meth.
it looked like it's pussy, didn't it?
Oh, it looked so sickly. Like they were like, oh, that horse is, its life is leaving its body. Film its eye now.
Anyway, we're barely 10 minutes in. There's so much to talk about. We need to get to essentially. Okay,
There's so much to talk about it. Also, nothing.
there's nothing of substance here. There's nothing of
Okay,
substance.
let's meet. So darkness has ensued.
Yes.
The servants have frozen over, I guess.
Yes.
And they've cut the horn off of the unicorn.
Yes.
It's now a wand,
Yeah.
and anyone can use its wand powers.
Yes. But it's weird. The film goes, right, we've got that. Now pause. Tom Cruise and Lily are on a cliff. He jumps.
yeah.
Lily's like, hey, if just FYI, whoever finds this ring, I'm going to marry them. And she throws in the river. And then Tom Cruise jumps in the lake.
She yells, "No, don't!"
This was upset. It's like the Willy Wonka scene where he's going through the tunnel. It was like an acid, like, flashback. It was terrifying.
rough.
It's great editing in the sense that I'm terrified. Like, it's crazy these films were PG.
Oh,
They were like, a
absolutely.
kid could watch this.
It's crazy they were E for educational.
Yeah. You ever wonder what a unicorn looks like? There you go.
This is how it looks. Ridley came up with it.
But we see in Tom Cruise's dream while he's in the pool, the cherry blossoms, and then the orcs are actually killing the unicorn again and pretty much like eating Lily. I don't know what's going on.
It was upsetting.
Yeah.
And probably the best part of the film.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, aesthetically, you're like,
Occasionally I loved what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And then I hated it.
but then it would go back like, let's try and figure out how we get rid of this darkness. I'm like, oh, just be a bit more silly.
So Tom Cruise, he gets up. He's surrounded by some creatures.
Yeah.
It's snowing.
Yeah.
The world's iced over. The garden's gone. There's no fun to be had. Who do we meet? Go on. Go on. Say it.
This little, I don't know, boy just comes up to Tom Cruise and was just like, hey, I'm Gump, Honeythorn Gump. And we're meant to take this movie at face value? For shame. And then he has a riddle to ask.
When he asked a riddle, I flipped my phone. I said, don't you dare ask that man a riddle. I hated Gump.
I hate that the Gump's thing is like, well, riddles will fix a lot. He has a lot of riddles up in the
He's like, I'll forgive you if you give me a riddle. What fucking logic's that? He's like, he says, I'll forgive you for unleashing darkness if you answer me
my
riddle. What are you on about? I hope to one day be in such a dire situation and then ask someone a riddle for
Oh,
forgiveness.
don't worry. Gump's got a riddle prompt. Don't you worry, Carl. You're fine for the murder of 3.
Carl, this is manslaughter. Yes, but you'll forgive me if I answer a riddle correct. It's a card you can pull out. This is the court. Yeah, all right.
All right.
We'll have a discussion.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
What gets wetter as it dries? Let that one mull on you. A towel! We love him.
Well, he's innocent. He's innocent.
He's innocent.
Let him go.
Re-kill the victims.
I do like that Gump, like all they're elves, but imagine they're like melted dwarfs. They're kind of hideous. Great makeup, but still, I just want to kick
But
them.
why isn't Gump in makeup? This kid actor's going, this is my chance. And I have nothing against this child's acting. They are fully immersed in the role.
When your script says "Give me thy riddle," you're not you haven't got much backing.
Nah, this is the kid going, Mom, I've got a hit.
That Blade Runner boy and Aliens has just delivered me this.
Ugh. A riddle for forgiveness? Oh my god. How much back end should I ask for? 20%?
I won't take a salary up front at all. I've got these riddles, babe. I got like 4 riddles. I'm the star.
I'm Gump. They gave me Gump.
Honeythorn Gump.
Oh God, Mom, don't quit your job. They then go, let's go prove this unicorn's dead.
Yeah.
Right? They go and find the unicorn dead. How do they know this isn't a dead horse?
Well, it's got a horn stump.
It's cut clear off. We saw it. It's gone. How do you know it's not a horse?
We don't know.
Yeah, because
Also-
of the dumb fucking mythical creature.
Also, I'm really realizing now, I think you've watched the American version, because my one didn't have them cutting off the horse thorn.
Yep. Oh, mine didn't.
Oh, you didn't? You just
Yeah.
assumed?
Yeah,
Oh,
massively
okay,
assumed.
so you're a bit of a European. You know your stuff.
I've been to Europe. I've caught the U-Rail.
Out of there to London! Anyway, yeah, so...
Yeah, the story's a bit like that, isn't
It's
it?
a bit like
the
that.
writer right there.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the end of the first
Doesn't
act?
this
the
feel-
elf was like...
Doesn't this feel like we should have read the book? Like, it feels like it's like you should read along and here's the visuals to the story. Like, the story's way more deeper. Like, I feel like we've been thrown into, like... I feel like if you didn't know anything... I feel like our pre-knowledge of elves and just sort of, like, orcs and darkness and shit kind of is carrying a lot of this weight, because imagine jumping into this knowing nothing.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
It really goes to show, because there was such little entertainment, people would just watch anything. I saw on Wikipedia, people were like, they consider this a classic now. No reviews reflect that. Who's added that to Wikipedia?
There's a bunch of people on Letterboxd that are like, I watched this as a kid, and it's actually pretty good. And I'm like, well, hang on, I watched this as an adult, and I was upset, so how about that? Anyway, here's the plot. Lily's been kidnapped by the Darkness. Not the Lord of Darkness, just Darkness. That's his dad. Tom Cruise is sent...
Wait, what?
There's two.
Are you doing a gag?
I'm not doing a gag. That's the plot. That's Darkness, the devil, and then there's a Lord of Darkness, who's his dad.
And the dad is who's at the end?
He's the voiceover. He's trying to awaken him. That's just Darkness.
But the voice we heard at the start is
I think the Lord of Darkness.
not
Darkness.
Darkness. Right.
Yeah. Has this film confused you? That's really weird. 'cause
No,
it's pretty...
I think now it works. I get it now.
Now I get it. Okay.
The two darknesses?
Anyway, Una's here. Who's Una, Carl?
I don't know. I don't. You can't just ask me that.
Well, Gump has this little thing of lights.
Was that Una?
That was Una. It's weird you haven't written down the names.
Oh, I didn't pay any attention. I think I missed. I know at the end when we saw the little light turn into a girl. I
Yeah.
reckon I wrote a note every time the transformation must have happened because I just thought this girl was there for the ride. I missed her transforming every time, I reckon.
That's crazy. Una's kind of like the pillar of this film.
She's there just, how do we get out of this situation? Una!
Well, Una's like, all right, here's the stakes. Lily's in the castle. You need to go fucking rescue. It's just Mario at this fucking point. Hey, Tom Cruise, come to my fucking golden cave. I've got this sweet vest and a sword and a shield. Send you on your way with Gump, another elf, and another elf.
Why didn't this cave had pants?
I don't know.
Where are Tom Cruise's pants in
We
this
get a
film?
lot of shots of Tom Cruise's legs. It humbles me, you know. It's quite nice to
The
see.
movie, honestly, if you look as hideous as Oscar and I, the movie will humble you.
More in the sense that Tom Cruise, like, you hear that man jumped out of a plane, like, and just landed on like a trampoline, and then when you see this man's legs, you're like, okay, he's not God.
Yeah. You're like, oh, he's compensating.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank God he's compensating. Yeah, so they get some swords and some stuff.
Yeah.
This is the journey begins, I guess, but it's really 3 locations.
It's such a little location.
They go to a wetlands, which I think is next door to the cave.
It's no walking. Have you noticed? Did you notice? Because it's meant to be an evil, weird swamp. Did you hear what they had in the background? Just Australian bird noises, which I thought, I was like, hang on, we're not that weird.
Makes sense. No, if you hear a cockatoo, you flip out. Honestly. You ever woken
What the fuck?
Ever woken up to a magpie?
It is a
Hideous.
bit like you're hungover and you hear just a bird screech. You're like, Jesus Christ.
What is that, a lyrebird? Oh, no. Australia's the worst country to be hungover in, I reckon.
Oh,
the
yeah.
bird noises, really, they trouble you.
The heat hurts you.
Yeah, it really stabbing. Just the Outback does not want you to have a hangover.
Here's our cast of heroes. We've got Tom Cruise.
Yep.
We've got Una the little light source.
Yep.
We've got Gump. We've got a little elf called Screwball.
Don't say that to me.
He's the little screwball one.
Don't say that to me.
We've
Go
got
on.
Screwball.
Okay, well, if you keep on doing this shit, I'm not gonna reply to you. That's a lesson.
And then we've also got the classic Brown Tom. He's also an elf.
What?
Well, we've got, Screwball, Brown Tom, Tom Cruise, and Una, and, Gump. I like they call them Brown Tom, so you knew, because I'm assuming it confused it, like, I'm Tom. It's like, no, I'm Brown Tom. It's classic.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was going as Tom Cruise in the film as well.
But yeah, this is our cast of characters. They go to a swamp. What happens at the swamp?
Makes you appreciate the Hobbit movies, right? Where you were like, oh, I much preferred when I didn't know any of these names. When they're like, oh, no, look what happened to that one. You're like, oh, rats. But, hearing the names in this, you go, ooh, yikes. Yeah, they're at the swamp. This amazing creature design pops up. The costume's awesome.
What a waste.
Frightening. I liked this moment. Again, there's a couple of moments where you go, oh, this could work.
Yeah.
And it's so short. They're like, this is our first conflict. Tom Cruise just beheads it.
Tom Cruise is like, hey, you're pretty fucking hard. I wouldn't mind fingering you. Come on, man. And she's like, oh, stop it, you. I'm still going to eat you. He's like, I'm just going to kill you.
Yum. This is the yum, yum, yum. But it feels like one of those movies where we should be finding out earlier in the movie that it's like, oh, you'll meet the Swamp Thing,
Yeah.
and she's very vain.
Yes.
Use that against her.
Yeah.
But he just gets the sense she's vain, and he's like, oh, look at this mirror. You're hot as fuck.
It doesn't work. She's like, oh, well, that old trick. No, I am going to kill you. It's like, okay, so violence is the answer. That just carries on through. He's like, okay, I've learned my lesson. I just need a kill.
Violence is the answer.
I just need a kill.
That's the legend.
Yeah. Classic legend.
Classic legend.
They killed this beautiful fucking... In terms of a creature, it's hideous, but in a great way. It's on screen for 2 minutes. What a goddamn waste.
The next thing they go to is like a cave.
They fuck
fall-
up.
they
They fuck
fall?
up. They're like, all right, we've had one obstacle and we barely made it out alive. And then they all fall down into a prison cell, essentially.
Yeah. How okay. How totally okay for them to just fall into a prison
Well, they went
system.
down a fun slide. It
Yeah.
did look quite nice, didn't
What an
it?
annoying little trap. Smart for them to go, oh, what if it just went straight to my feed hole? Like, this is good, I'll just pick them up and roast them over there.
We do get some fun things with the other goblins, Blix and Burden.
Stop saying names at me. I can see it in your face. Like you're doing it on purpose. You're
What am I
going,
doing on purpose?
he looks frustrated. I'm going to throw some confusing names at him. You're taking advantage of me. Because
What do
you
you
know
mean?
I
You should-
hated the movie.
You should have written down Blix. You should have written down...
I hate it. I hate every name. Stop it.
and
Stop,
his swamp poo.
stop humanizing them. Stop it.
I can't stress it enough. I'd kick them to shit. I'd kill these little elves.
You
I
wouldn't
hate
even
them.
need to. I reckon a knee to the head is all you need to get rid of these little
Oh
guys.
god, you like squish them out like toothpaste. I do want to kill them. I can't stress them, but I feel like naming them gives it a bit more
I can't
weight.
stress you how much I hate Gump. I hate Gump so much. What an awful character. Do you remember when Gump's like, "Oh, answer my riddle," and then he does, and then he ruins a violin? Where did he get that little violin from? Did he magic that violin for him to ruin
This
it?
is like a absolute like hell. Like, people must be listening along like, what is this film?
We're jumping around because I don't know what to grasp onto. I'm in free fall. You're anchoring me with shitty names that I assume you're making up. I refuse to believe they're in the movie.
Okay, Blop Zip is gonna be okay. Then Blop Zip pops up.
A hard pass, if you will.
No, we're now in a jail cell. This is huge. Now, Blunder from before, him and the other goblins fought over the unicorn thing, and then in a scene that I quite like, the Lord of Darkness is like, "Hey, get off my fucking unicorn stick." Makes it like a dead body grab him,
Yeah.
picks him up, and just jumps in a hole.
Yeah.
Pretty much killing him instantly.
Yeah.
Comedically, that's fun. But then he survived and went,
Shame.
and he's a little fucking elf, and I want him to.
And we now believe this villainous elf was a good elf all along, maybe?
Yeah, I think they're brothers, but they kind of like use it like I thought they were literally Brown Tom's brother, but I think it's just like we're just friends, you know, we're all brothers here. So
Sure.
yeah.
I don't know what to make of that information.
Anyway, luckily this one almost gets eaten, which would be great. What would you call it?
They constantly keep saving this one character who was evil.
He was very evil.
So I don't care.
Like corrupted by power completely. Got the unicorn
absolutely.
stick, was like, I'm gonna kill.
Like when everything is said and done and everything's fine and happy, I believe this elf will kill another unicorn.
Oh yeah, of course.
Will kill again.
Needs to be trialed and executed, essentially.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
shame on this elf.
Shame on this, like, you know, this Lord of Darkness shit. At least got a justice system, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
an orc, I think, is going to kill Blunder. They stop them with their powers. Not powers, just kind of Tom Cruise stabs them a bit.
Yeah.
And steam comes up in their dungeon lair.
Yeah, there's a lot of steam.
Yeah.
The steam would throw me as well.
Oh, of
I'd
course.
be confused.
Yeah.
It's almost like how you can't understand what's going on in this scene because of the copious amount of steam.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a great, like writing technique. Like, we look like the hero's going to lose, steam, and then they defeat him. We go, well,
Sometimes
I couldn't see what went on, so I guess they did it.
Sometimes you just gotta chuck steam everywhere. It's also fun. I think Una helps them escape from prison with a comedically large set of keys.
Una goes, right, Tom Cruise, I'm going to break you out of prison on one condition, you kiss me. And Tom Cruise is like, I'm fine, that's not really consensual. And Una's like, if you don't fucking peck me on the goddamn lips, you're not getting out of this cell. And I'm not bringing my dangly big jingle thing of keys either. Kiss me, Tom Cruise. He's like, I'm saving myself for Lily. And he's like, well, now I'm Lily. How about that? Kiss me, I'm Lily. Come on, you pussy. And Tom Cruise is like, just give us the fucking keys, Una. She's like, right, they're the keys.
Doesn't fly anymore in film, does it?
No.
This scene didn't hold up.
I don't think it held up back then. Why did she give... why did she go then? You bested me. You and that riddle brain of yours.
Oh, he's so good with a riddle. I just love the Tom Cruise just to Ridley Scott going, what is my character like? And Ridley goes, you're good at riddles. Yeah. And Tom Cruise anchored on that and went, a man that loves riddle does not own pants.
Doesn't need them.
Doesn't need
them.
It's a riddle in itself. Huh? And if you can answer it, the pants grow back.
Why doesn't the man wear pants? Riddle me that.
Riddle
Ridley.
me that.
Oh, that's why I love them.
Ridley. Oh my God, you're probably right.
God, this film is great.
The more we discuss, the better it gets.
Anyway, Brown Tom and Screwball go off to figure something out. I don't know what it was, but they come back and like, we figured it out. Tom Cruise, Una, Gump, all go off to pretty much the Darkness's sort of like lair.
To find the princess.
Yeah.
The Darkness is revealed.
Yes.
The Darkness is played by Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Doing a great job.
Stunning.
This costume design's awesome.
It's iconic. Like, the fact that now this is, like, the devil, like, sort of...
Yeah, I was going to say, do we think everything's ripped off this design?
I think it is ripped off this.
Wow.
So, like, good job on them.
Yeah. It's an amazing look for the devil.
Like, I feel like South Park stole this look. I feel like those Insidious films took this. Like, this is, like, great stuff.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
He comes out of, like, this mirror, and he, like, sort of stop motions out.
He's got little hooves.
Yeah.
His little hooves go...
It's great. Genuinely, like, again, the film visually is stunning, but it's not doing like show, don't tell. It's telling you the very boring story.
Because there's a scene where the princess loves some jewelry and then is like challenged to a dance battle, I guess?
Yeah, so the Lord of Darkness is like, hey, Darkness, you gotta fucking woo Lily, okay? You gotta, get that snatch. He's like, better woo her. And she's like, all right, I'll get a diamond necklace. And this is a great scene. Don't know if it works with kids, but I quite like it.
I quite liked it too.
The dancing scene's stunning. It's pretty much the devil's like, you gotta woo her. So he morphs this like beautiful dress and this dancer with this like high collar. There's also a little claymation baby dancing in the corner. I don't know what's going on with that.
But it was
then
worked.
It worked. It was working.
Yeah, it worked.
It did work, didn't it? They have a dance off essentially. Quite nice.
Yeah,
quite
I
great.
think Ridley Scott essentially created the first Step Up movie.
Yeah.
Step Up to the Legend.
Lord of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually both of those.
Bad.
Bad.
Yeah. That's why they called it Legend. This is quite an appeasing scene, and I get how some people would be like, this is an absolute classic that's misunderstood. Except the film is very definitively telling you a very bland story. So then you've kind of got all this like lovely visual stuff in the background. You're like, ugh, why? They could have been more vague with it, which I wouldn't prefer, but the fact they have like a pretty easy plot to point, it's like, oh,
it's a real nothing plot with
Yeah.
no sort of arcs and just like no characters. This world has nobody in it. It's so, even before the darkness takes over, this is a desolate world. It's just gardens. It's just your grandmother's garden, poorly maintained because she broke her hands.
Oh no.
Yep, she can't reach those succotaurs anymore. Bad fingers, arthritis. Got to her.
Anyway, should we get into this? Okay, so pretty much here's the scope. The Lord of Darkness, the Darkness is like, right, you're going to marry me because I seduced you. And she's like, that sounds great, but I want to kill that last unicorn. They've also been holding this last unicorn, distressed in the castle. How distressed is this unicorn?
Not that distressed.
You don't think?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know what you're throwing at me.
It was like crying at some point.
It was crying.
Yeah. Its puffy eyes were like freaking out.
Oh yeah, it's meffed up. Eyes
Anyway.
were just, again, I guarantee you they're killing a real horse.
Oh
in the
yeah,
film.
no, they're just like sort of slicing its ankles a little bit.
I think it's just one of those things where you back in 1985, nothing coming up saying no horses were harmed in this movie.
Yeah.
Either a lot of horses were harmed or they found some real unicorns. So deep up in Scotland.
Anyway, so that's the stake. So Lily's like, hey, I'm going to kill that last unicorn because I freaking love you, Lord of Darkness. He's like, oh, stop it. That's so kind of you. Tom Cruise,
Idiot.
Gump, Brown Tom, Screwball, and Una are like, right.
And Una?
What we're going to do is we're going to shine light from the top of the castle using very big domes and make like a laser beam and shoot them at the darkness because that's how you defeat darkness, light.
Not big domes. Plates.
Plates.
They toss plates for ages.
Oh, it's mainly
They
plate
toss
play.
around 11
It's
plates.
so much plate play,
There's
isn't it?
so much plate play.
Why how many plates here?
Oh, I mean, play to your audience.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this movie up until now, you probably like a plate.
Oh, yeah, true.
Again,
the bigger the better.
Maybe it is appealing to grandmas. Don't grandmas use they have decoration plates?
They
You know,
do.
they put up in-
They fine china.
They go, hey, that's a nice plate.
Oh, I think
put
you've
that
answered
plate
who
on
would watch
display.
this. Grandma, freaking old people, not us youngins.
We found out our demo's not people over the age of 60, so we're playing to only them now. Like 3% of you. Write in if you know what an email is.
We keep getting telegrams. Stop that. You
Stop
gotta stop
sending
that.
us carrier pigeons. They don't know where to land and they're building up. They're just circling.
We're in the sacrifice room. They're about to kill the unicorn. Darkness is like, well, Lily,
Do it.
You kill that unicorn. She's like, I freaking am gonna do that.
Gump's like, kill
Gump
her.
is like, dude, take the shot. Take the shot. Tom Cruise, you fucking better get her right in the eyes. Make it hurt.
Gump's like, I'll make you another princess.
Yeah.
Just make sure she's dead by the end of this.
Here's a riddle. Fucking shoot her and I'll fucking come. How about that? Riddle me this. Riddle her fucking organs. How about that?
There's no stakes because you know if Tom Cruise fucks this up, he'll win Gump back in a single riddle.
Gump could be so angry. He could witness the horrors of war and be like, oh, have you got a riddle up your sleeve though? Fuck it. I'm back on your side.
Absolutely. Oh, Gump, I'm going to tell you, by the end of the movie, I'm all in on Gump. I like Gump now.
What do you stand on Brown Tom?
I don't know who you're referring to.
It's the other little elf, you know? That's Screwball.
Stop it. Don't explain things to me that I don't want to understand.
Oh, anyway, Lily defies the Lord of Darkness.
knew?
She unshackles the unicorn.
Who knew that dress wasn't enough to woo her completely?
women love dresses though, huh?
Shallow.
Yeah.
This movie's shallow.
Very
Like
shallow.
Shallow Hal.
Oh, I love that film. Gwyneth's a treasure, isn't she?
Paltrow in that.
Yeah, she's the
Hal?
yeah, shallow. Yeah, got her.
We should be kind. She was knocked off a ski. she was in court for a
bonus
while.
answer.
So, you know, she lost half a day of skiing. So let's put a pin in that, okay? Let's not don't bring shit.
Let's not punch down, okay?
There's one thing this podcast does not like to do. It's punch down. We take that back. Gwyneth, if you're listening, we know it's been a hard week.
We love your work, huh?
We know Gwyneth, did you ask us to do this? A little bit of entertainment for you post trial, probably.
Anyway, Gump, I want to kill, but also shoots the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
So
unicorn's
what? Devil's
freed.
shot. Unicorn's freed. Devil's shot with an arrow.
Yeah, and I think that man's dead.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Better yet, we got a big ray of fucking light that shines on him. Shines him in the face. We're like, fuck, he's dead now. He's still not
No.
really dead. Tom Cruise is like, fuck, this man does not die. I'm gonna stab him. Still not dead.
With the unicorn.
With the unicorn thing.
Yeah.
Still not dead. He's like hanging out the window, almost dead. I don't really know what kills him. But essentially,
Yeah.
Tom Cruise goes up and sort of hits him in the hand and he flies off.
How'd the unicorn horn end up there? Because didn't that other little creature have it?
You mean Blix?
Yeah, sure. Stop it.
I just wanted to say Blix. I don't know where this came from.
I guess Blix had it earlier. Why is it there?
I've got no idea. I guess
What happened to Blix? Tell me what happened to Blix.
he fell in.
Is
the
this? Do
lava.
I have to watch the director's cut to find out what happened to Blix?
Yeah, it's actually a huge metaphor actually for life itself.
I'll do it if need be. I'll man up.
Where did Blix go?
If you can guarantee me more Blix and less Gump, I'll watch it.
It's a lot of Gump.
But more Una?
Oh, less Una.
Oh.
Really didn't really know what to cut and what to keep, so he just kind of kept a lot.
Didn't do anything. Focused in on that score.
He nailed that pan flute 40 minutes and he did it really well.
Devil's dead.
Devil's dead.
The evil's defeated.
Yes.
Tom Cruise, first thing he needs to do, big adventure, go for a swim.
Yeah.
Get that ring.
Get that ring.
Oh, I guess the princess is a bit knocked out, right?
But she's fine.
She's fine.
Don't
we know
worry
she's
about
going
it.
to be fine.
We go back to that ring thing. It's not like all awfully distorted anymore. He gets the ring. He's like, gonna marry you. We're now in love.
Things are good.
Yeah.
Things are good. They run away.
They literally run off into the sunset.
Yeah, and Gump waves goodbye.
Yeah. I'm glad.
It's
Glump,
cra-
I'm glad Glump got some. Glump got.
Go on.
Gump got some closure.
Who? Oh yeah, you tried to use names against me, but it fell apart in the end, didn't it? You so gleefully happy.
I'm glad Screwball really made it out this whole thing.
I think you wouldn't believe my face when I realized Gump was here for the full adventure. I thought Gump was
There were
gonna.
so many characters you were going, please, just end it here. They don't need to be in the whole thing. We're just tagging along. I thought, because we're in like the 30-minute mark, they're the main characters.
I thought Gump was going to be gone after that riddle. Sticks around full film.
Full film.
Full film, full frontal.
What about that elf that had the wine, huh? Why didn't he stick around?
Oh, I made a huge decision to not bring that up. And I refuse to. I don't want to converse about
That's
it.
fine, it's done.
Oscar, who would watch Legend?
Legend is, okay, we've shit on the plot because the plot's a bit upsetting. It's an upsetting film in the sense, but it's pretty visually stunning. The makeup's gorgeous. There's that interesting dance scene. I think the score really works. It's crazy that so many elements work. It's just the fact that it's got this... The vibe works, but the plot is just... And the character's dreadful. It's crazy how much it brings it down. Like, isn't that insane?
I absolutely agree. Honestly, it's a real visual feast.
Yeah.
But it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
Where can you even go with it? What can you even... It's so difficult to talk about.
Yeah.
Because there's barely an adventure.
No, there's no adventure. There's no obstacles. The characters fucking suck.
There's weird humor. We didn't even talk about it, but there's weird sort of...
Yeah, all the elves have got this kind of like, oh, wait. And then the villains are kind of like, should we just fucking piss on this girl? It's like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, it's weird. It's uncomfortable. It's definitely from the 80s.
There's so many, like, positives to it. And I get that if maybe you watch as a kid, and now you're like, ugh, nostalgia reasons. Like, I imagine this can be a Labyrinth-esque, but Jesus Christ, it's an unpleasant watch for most of the other things. It's crazy he had Alien, Blade Runner. I mean, you can kind of see where this fits, but it's just a bit of a misshoot, really.
How many times did you stop this?
A few times,
Yeah.
quite a few. I remember I started before you, and you had caught up, so you can imagine how many times I mentally had to pause it.
Yeah.
Just because it was giving me a headache. And I hate little imps that are sort of, a bit mystical. I hate them.
Yeah, they're not fun.
No.
Stop putting them in film. Stop it. Did you even say who would watch this?
No, I haven't. No, I was just talking about the film.
Skirting around
the issue.
Yeah, go on.
What, like now? Or who watched it in 1985 and still is thinking about this?
Now, if somebody came up to you and they said, I'm thinking of watching Legend, you would have to go, are you somebody that likes X? Because you'll love Legend. Go.
Tell you what, if you wanted to make a TikTok about an aesthetic, you'd use this film and go, look at this cool aesthetic. You'd be like, wow, that looks great. What's the plot? No. It's great visual. If you want to... Do you think on mute would be good? Like, really? Like,
Maybe,
genuinely on mute.
It's probably really good. You know, back in the day when they used to go, hey, look how good this television is. You want to buy it? And they'd have a Avatar playing.
They always had Avatar. They freaking loved Avatar.
This is what they used in 86.
Yeah.
A year after this came out, this on VHS.
Who would watch this more? Who would purchase this film to be presented? It's TV salesman in 1985. Look at this visual feast that you can have on your CRTV. That's who
What's
would
the sound like on that TV? Don't you touch it.
Don't you dare.
Don't you
Don't
turn
you
that
fucking
up.
dare.
You'll be upset.
You'll learn what these characters' names are, and you will not like Gump. I've said too much.
I've said they're already out of the store. Damn, another sale lost.
Oh, that's who I think, Carl. Carl, who would watch this?
Look, if you need to learn about
Violence is the answer.
I don't know. I can sort of see the audience. Well, we sort of said it before, but I think between like Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, a few of those, I get the vibe. I can understand what Ridley Scott's going for in this. It's a god awful script.
Yeah.
And it really is such a nothing story that it's really not deserving of the effort put into the film. These characters are just nothing. I feel like people aren't even really asked to act, apart from Gump, who gives an 11. So look, I think it's if you're going down the rabbit hole of 80s movies with that aesthetic, like Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, stuff like that. If you really love that stuff, you'll probably be quite endeared to this. It is classic, that mid-80s style of just were they on cocaine and mad with power? Like it's that vibe in Hollywood, and it's caught on film. Yeah. So good for them.
Good for them, huh?
Good for them.
Genuinely, I would like to thank Marnie for recommending this one, and do email us askwtpodcast@gmail.com. I will say, I think I realize why we do hate this, because normally we pick the films,
you're probably
and normally
right.
it's a spite thing, like you're gonna fucking hate Wild Child, man. You're gonna hate Fast and
It's
Furious.
fun when you pick one that you're like, oh, Carl's gonna hate that, and then I pick
you
one.
Get
So
the
there's
enjoyment.
you get to revel in
Exactly.
a bit of,
Whereas if you want to email us, we will then blame you. Okay, that's a warning.
Yeah, I think that's actually really good. Please email.
Yeah.
Please email us. But know you're culpable,
Yeah, exactly.
and you will atone.
Oh yeah, exactly.
For what you've
we'll
done.
name and shame, and quite frankly, we'll get personal. We haven't got like a visual reference, but we'll get mean.
We will. We took it out on the film. How does that feel?
Oh, well, Carl, what are we doing next week?
Next week, we are venturing in to a good old little movie for everyone's childhood. I don't know why I said that. We don't know your age. It is Bring It On 3.
That's huge. Have we done any of the earlier ones?
No.
Oh,
Have you ever
okay.
seen one of them?
No.
Yeah, I've seen the first one. Maybe you should watch the first one. Maybe you'd
To
like
get the
it.
lore?
Yeah, it's a big lore building. It's a bit like a Legend. Bring It On, all or nothing.
That's huge for us. Thank you for listening.
Big for us. Big get. What a get.
We
for
got
us.
him. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.